Welcome, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll start off with the chant. If you know the chant, please chant along. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya Avir Avir Maeti Rudrayate Dakshinam Mukham Tenamam Pahinityam Tenamam Pahinityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. O Lord, guide us through and through, and ever protect us with thy loving presence. Om, peace, peace, peace to all beings everywhere. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the Vedanta site of San Diego. Today we have with us Swami Sumanasananda. He's our assistant administrator of the Vedanta site of Southern California. And what is your topic today?
Without the lamp.
And his topic today is without the lamp.
Be thou
the
lamp.
Be thou the lamp. Be thou the lamp. All right, now that we have it, be thou the lamp. And we'll discover what that means. Swami Sumanasananda.
Very different from without the lamp.
न ब्रह्मलोके न च देवलोके न यक्षगन्धर्वमनुष्यलोके लोका सजाति जरापनीता नान्योऽस्ति तत्त्वहि मनुष्यचन्द्र अज्ञानतिमिरे लोके प्रादुर्भूतप्रदीपकः नमोऽस्तु बोधिसत्त्वाय सम्बुद्धाय नमो नमः जराव्याधिक्लेशाणां प्रादुर्भूतो विषग्वरः नमोस्तु बोधिसत्त्वाय सम्बुद्धाय नमो नमः 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 नमोस्तु बोधिसत्त्वाय सम्बुद्धाय नमो नमः. Not in Brahmaloka, nor in Devaloka, nor in the worlds of the Yakshas or Gandharvas is there another like you, the liberator from birth and old age, O moon among men. To the world covered by the darkness of ignorance, you have become a brilliant light. Salutations to you again and again, O Bodhisattva, fully enlightened. Of those suffering from old age, illness and sin, you are the supreme physician. Salutations to you again and again, O Bodhisattva, fully enlightened. Salutations to you again and again, O Bodhisattva, fully enlightened. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good morning to you all, my dear Swami and the dear devotees. Namaskar. Just the day before yesterday, we celebrated the Buddha's birth. Today's topic, "Be thou the lamp unto yourself," is a quote by Buddha himself. On his deathbed, he gave this message to his most beloved disciple, Ananda, who are shedding tears. What will happen to us? You have been the light. In the beginning, I have just chanted that you are the moon among men. If you give up your body, where will we get the light? And then Buddha blessed with this: my dears, don't be worried, without the lamp yourself. Not only for yourself, without the lamp for others also, as you are thinking this Buddha is the lamp for others. No. If you strive hard, all of you have the potential to light your own lamp and be the example before others. So that was the quotation Buddha himself said. So it's long back that we know Buddha was born in a king's family. His father's name was King Shuddhodana. He was born a Hindu, although a different sect has been started calling this Buddhism. Buddha himself did not claim anything, his followers made it. And what he taught also, according to Swami Vivekananda and the scholars, that it was not something new that he has preached. He was born in a Hindu family. He did his spiritual austerities to know the truth, to be enlightened. That also in the Hindu ways, following the Hindu ways. And he had that illumination that is also there in the, according to the Vedanta, know thyself. And he was the knower of the self. And this Buddha Purnima, this 23rd, it was there, Boishakhi Purnima, on this very special day about which Swami Vivekananda said, thrice blessed day. On this Boishakhi Purnima, the full moon day in the month of Boishakha, he was born nearly 2000, how many years? 2560 BC. Gautama was born to the family of King Shuddhodana and his wife Maya Devi in Kapilavastu, Nepal, present Nepal. These are all India at that time, Akhanda Bharata, United India. Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Iran, these were all included, Burma. So Nepal, Bhutan, which are separate states now. In those days, really, all these states are parts of this one nation called India, Bharat. And since her mother was carrying the baby, generally what happens in India, mothers feel comfortable to deliver the baby in the presence of her mother. So she was going back to her parents' house, Buddha's mother, Maya Devi. And it was a royal arrangement, everything was fine, but on the way, there was a beautiful place, a spot, Lumbini Park. All around there was flowers and trees, greens, and there was a beautiful garden, Lumbini garden. There Maya Devi had that labor pain and everything arranged. She delivered the baby there on that full moon night, Vaishakhi Purnima. And Buddha got his illumination also on the same Tithi, Vaishakhi Purnima. And he gave up Parinishkramana, Parinirvan. Nirvana in knowledge, Parinirvan is final emancipation from the body even. So that also his giving up the body, mortal body, physical body also on the same day. That is why Swami Vivekananda said this is not an ordinary day. Thrice blessed, blessed by Buddha's birth, blessed by his getting the illumination, becoming Buddha. Buddha is one who is enlightened. And then on this very auspicious day, he gave up his body also. After the birth, many royal arrangement is there. All big sages, rishis, munis will come to bless the baby. In India, they take them to the gurus, to the sages, to the temples for the good of the baby. Now there was a very venerable sage, Ashita. He came to bless the baby and seeing. So Buddha's mother could not go to her parents' house. He came back to the palace, and this sage came to see. And seeing while he should be blessing the baby, as he was come for that, he fell prostrate, lying prostrate in front of the baby and started doing stava, stuti. All were a little surprised, and what happened? Then he said, don't think this baby is an ordinary baby. So he will be either the king of the, if he remains in the world, but I find that he will be the king of the whole humanity, spiritual kingdom. He will be the king of the spiritual kingdom of the humanity. So he blessed, he praised, and took blessings and left. Baby, just the newborn baby. Then priests were there. They came for naming ceremony, and they had some learning about knowledge about this foretelling, what will happen to this baby. They also understood that. They also predicted this baby is not going to remain in the worldly life, but if he remains, he will be the ruler, a great ruler, and if he lives, he will be the great king of many people. So this was the story. These were the stories about him. So father started what the generally worldly minded people do attachment for the child. Even when Shukadeva was born, Vyasudeva, whose birthday is celebrated as the Guru Purnima, Guru means the teacher. Vyasudeva was, who was Vyasudeva? Who wrote 18 Puranas. This Mahabharata, Gita, Brahma Sutra, and all other Puranas. All these were composed by him. And he scientifically, rationally, logically, he divided all the Vedic knowledge in different Vedas, Rig, Sam, Yuju, Atharva, and there are also divisions are there. So all these things he did, and then he wrote a commentary on the Vedas, that is also Brahma Sutra. Such a man was attached to his son, Shukadeva, when he was born, and after being born, he was running towards the forest. In this Jagat, world of Maya, Maya means attachment, he will not be able to live. So, after being born, delivered from the mother's womb, he started walking towards the forest, unattached. Then his father, a man of knowledge, none other than, no less than Vyasudeva himself, following behind and just requesting, my son, why you are going to the forest? Please come home. So generally, even Rishi Munis feel attached to the children. So what to speak of this king? He made all arrangements so that the son does not see anything, any suffering, anything wrong, any wrong doing in the world, anything painful, anything that may make him frustrated and depressed. So always this arrangement was done that the boy will be having his training to become a great ruler. All the good teachers, best teachers are coming and giving lessons in all the literature and science, astronomy, Vedas, Upanishads, vis-a-vis this military martial training also, history, geography, everything, whatever was available in those days. This king arranged everything to make him a very wise king who will be a great ruler, because all predicted that. And he won't allow the son to leave the household and his kingdom. And he is the successor. So that was in father's mind, and keeping him busy always with all kinds of luxuries, pomp, enjoyment, and finally when a little grown up, got him married to a beautiful girl, Gopa, another princess, to keep his son with that idea bound in the worldly life. But Siddhartha, as his name was given, selected by that, says Ashita, finally said after all these things, Father, allow me to see the kingdom myself. So the kingdom was lighted so that he doesn't see anything wrong, any negative idea should not be brought, some sight that will have negative reaction, effect in his mind. Everything joyous, everything colorful, all lighted everywhere he was going, and the charioteer also was given the advice, special advice, take him. Chandaka, very trusted charioteer, took him to see the city, and in the beginning it was all nice and it was all fun, as we find in our lives also. As we grow, as we experience the life, we find it is not, all the life is not a bed of roses. So first day, at the first sight he was very happy, but then certain things came to his eyes. So an old man went to see the kingdom personally. In the beginning all seemed well, but finally soon he discovered the grim reality of life. And what were those? Three things: the woes of man, suffering of man, old age, disease, death. He found an old man. I was asking, who is this? Chandaka was a very noble person, a scholarly person, was the charioteer. You don't forget, charioteer is not that anybody is a driver. It is not like who was the charioteer of Arjuna, Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself. So, charioteer does not mean that he will be of no education and learning, upbringing. It is not that. So, he said, this is old man, wrinkles everywhere. So, this physical, we understand what happens in the old days. Then his mind became, oh God, well, everyone of us will have to go through this. Well, yes, my son, by this time one son also is delivered, Rahul, born. So everyone, my mother, my father, my wife, myself, my son, everyone, the whole humanity has to become old. And at the old days, people cannot walk properly, cannot eat properly, cannot see properly. Physical strength is gone, joy is also gone. Achha, all right. Next day, Achha, you come back. I don't like to say anything. Next day came out, found a leper, disease. Old days, now disease. So what is this? This is a leper suffering from this kind of disease, and it is just spoiling the whole body, even skin, flesh, bone, getting rotten and spoiled. Oh, it may happen to anybody, yes. Come back. Next day again, going to see. Then that day he was shocked to see a dead body. What is that? Ram Nam Sat Hai. In Indian society, they will take God's name. Ram Nam Satya Hai. In this universe, no body, nothing. Ram means God's. Harinam, God's name, whatever God you follow. So that is Satya, that is real. All this body is unreal, it will perish. So everyone has to give up. They are taking the body to the cremation ground to put it in the fire, on the fire, and on the way, taking God's name, carrying the dead body, corpse. So what is this? This is this. It will happen to everyone, everyone. All right. Completely lost, like Arjuna. If you have heard, many of you perhaps, you know the story of the Gita. Arjuna Sache, the main general, sat down on the chariot, completely lost, could not have hold on his mace and other weapons, gada. It was falling down, and he was shivering, shaking body, like a coward. Seeing something very fearful, we become very concerned and reluctant to go forward, thinking something very ominous and bad. So Arjun's condition was there, like that. Buddha also completely lost, seeing this is life, no hope. What to do? He started thinking, and then he found one sannyasi. Then he said, what is that? What is that Somma Murti? That's such beautiful, handsome, this a face with aura, as it were. Chandak, the charioteer. Who is he? This is sannyasi. So why he looks so joyful? He doesn't have any suffering, any problem? No. Where he is going, where from? He doesn't have any home. Where he is going, nobody knows. And he does not. He is beyond all these sorrows and suffering and birth, death. Oh, so he found out a path also. So that gave him the inspiration to leave and get. Came back home, requested, Father, enough is enough, allow me to leave. The father's all arrangement, spending money and making everything gorgeous and joyful and beautiful and luxurious, pompous, everything became futile actually. Everything he did, even got married to a beautiful girl, only to keep him bound in the family life and to become his competent and qualified successor of the kingdom. But everything proved to be futile. Father also could not give him, and he left. And doing austerities, some others also were there doing austerities, but gradually he found that it was very difficult to live doing too much fasting, not caring to the body at all. So he accepted a little payasam, porridge, a little bit brought by. In India, if devotees are like that, householders, it is their duty to feed the Swamis. Swamis won't ask, and those advanced Swamis even not go to door, anywhere. They will be sitting there, whatever perchance sense, as the Swami Vivekananda, the song of the sannyasi, there it is mentioned. And your food, no food, whatever perchance comes, be happy with that. The sky is thy roof, no roof. And whatever, and this grass is thy bed. So, ideal sannyasi lives like that, Gitokta sannyasi, completely, without having any kind of dependence for anything. but people would come and give something. So one Sujata, a devotee, he found that some ascetics are there sitting, what they eat, what they need. Swami Vivekananda, during his days before coming to America in South, 3 days and nights, he was talking and talking, nobody brought, everyone was asking question, oh Swami, what is this, where is God sitting, everything, asking question and getting wonderful answers. Pandits are coming, this, that, too, many are coming to test his scholarship, many are really coming with devotion, but nobody was offering food. So one Pariya, so-called, he ousted sweeper community he belonged to, railway. Swamiji was sitting in a park in front of the railway quarters of the sweepers. He came with folded hand and Swami, won't you eat? 3 nights, that is my quarter. From there I have been seeing, nobody is bringing food for you. I cannot cook and eat my food for myself. Will you please, will you please eat something? You cook? Well, no, I cannot cook. You bring something. No, I am outcast. I am the lowest caste sweeper. If I touch the food, it will be polluted and it will lose its sanctity. It will be impure. So how can you eat? Well, no, you are pure. Shiva is there in you. Bring whatever you like, since you want to give, you see. So he brought water and something prepared for Swamiji and ate. So in Indian society, people bring something for the sadhus, although they don't ask for anything. Buddhadev also took that, and other 5 brother ascetics were there. They were thinking, you are breaking your vow. No, we will be remaining, keeping in fasting like that. So they left him. He has broken the vow of austerity. He is accepting food from others, anybody coming on. Buddhadev took the food and then sat, having satisfied that now life is saved. Then he took the wonderful vow. Yasane shushutame sharirang tagasti mangsang pralayancha jato aprapabodhing bahukalpa sadhijam. I am sitting on this seat. We sit always while doing spiritual practice, we sit on a seat. So he said, I will not give up. I will not leave this seat until and unless I get the illumination, become the Buddha. At that time he was just an ascetic, trying to know the knowledge of the truth. And even if my skin burns and it rottens, it goes down, it perishes, body falls, I will not give up the seat. And he got illumination. And after that, what happened? A completely transformed person. He has got the path to go beyond this. What are those things? Old age, disease, suffering, death. Now I have known the truth. As there is the Swami Vivekananda quoted in his lecture in Chicago, Srinanda Vishya Amritasya Putra Ye Dhamani Divyani Tastu Vedahom Etam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamsa Parastat Tameva Viditva Ati Mrittu Meti Nanna Pantha Vidyate Avinaya. There is no other way. Come, why you are suffering? Why you are weeping? Why you are crying? My dear friend, you are also the children like me, a child of immortal bliss. Ye all are the children of immortal bliss. Listen to me. I have known that ultimate truth, reality, that Purusha, knowing whom one can go beyond this suffering. Please come, have that knowledge. You have that potential. We are born to know the truth and go beyond this life and death, this suffering. So don't weep, my friend. Come. You are the child of immortal bliss. Why you are morose? Why you are suffering? Why you are shedding tears? We are all children of light and knowledge, bliss. So that was the call of the rishis and munis in the Upanishads. That was the Sheta Upanishad, Swamiji quoted in the Parliament of Religion. Buddha also. Now, when one gets enlightened, one cannot become limited within his body, and there is no selfishness that he will be thinking. He feels one with others. That is prajna. That is Buddhatva, that is enlightenment. So he first came, immediately this Karuna, Maitri, immediately found in his heart. He could not control and check himself, running. Where are those friends who are also trying to know this truth and go beyond this life and death, this suffering? Where are they? He found out them and approached them, and they became his first disciples. And then this mantra, Om Buddhang Sharanam Gacchami, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. What is the meaning? I take refuge in Buddha, Buddha the teacher. I take refuge in the teaching Dharma. Dharma is what Buddha has said, this teaching. How to get Buddhatva, how to get enlightenment, that is the teaching. And Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. I take refuge, I take shelter in the Sangha, the community, the holy order. So those are the vows that all these 5 friends, these other bhikshus, they became his first disciples, taking this vow that yes, we all accept you as our teacher, we shall follow your teachings, and we will remain united in the brotherhood community. We will not think anything individually, selfishly, no. So that was the first message of Buddha and the first teaching. And Buddha then started spreading his message here and there. This actually Buddha was, Swamiji, according to Swamiji, Buddha was no mystic. He was a practical man. He understood God is or God is not. There are hundreds and thousands and crores. Shankaracharya himself said, Shrokar dhena pravakshami jaduktam grantha kotivi. What has been spoken, stated by hundreds and thousands and millions of teachers and scholars, seers and sages, through millions of books, koti granthavi. Koti means 10 millions make 1 crore. And kotivi means crores. So, millions of books have been written on this subject. What? That truth. I have known that, Shankaracharya. And I don't take even a full sentence. Half a sentence is Shlokar Dhena Prabhakshami. I am telling you that truth, which has been tried to be spoken, to be delivered to the world by the sages through millions of books. I am telling you in a half of a couplet. What is that? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. Everything is unreal. That one is real, which is called Brahman, and you are one with that. Nothing else. You are not a separate entity that I am this body. God is different, ultimate real truth is no. There is only one. Everything you see, these are all Maya. So many philosophies are there. So Buddha found that ordinary people will not understand all these things. Where is the God? How is the God's nature? God with this form or with that form? So if I start talking all this philosophy, everybody is not ready to understand philosophy. But he is a great teacher, pragmatism. He is a pragmatic man. He did not depend on any books, any guru, any teacher, any mantra, any tantra, anything. He was against all this kind of ritualistic approaches, sadhanas, karmakandas, activities. You see his followers are preaching everywhere. You go to the Buddhist temples, what a pomp, this, that, everything. Second after second, everything. Buddha taught and broke Hinduism. He revolted against Hinduism. Swamiji said, this Buddhism is the rebel child of Hinduism. It is though we don't consider Buddha a separate one. I am quoting Swamiji. I am not a Buddhist, as you have heard in a lecture. in Parliament of Religion. And yet I am. Because India worships Buddha as God incarnate on earth. So I am not a Buddhist, but I am, in another sense, I am a Buddhist. Why? Because we worship him. Because India has not given up. Jesus Christ was a Jew and Shakyamuni was a Hindu. The Jews rejected Jesus Christ, nay, crucified him, and the Hindus accepted Shakyamuni, means Gautama Buddha, as God and worship him. But the real difference that we Hindus want to show between the modern Buddhism and what we should understand as the teachings of Lord Buddha lies principally in this, and I quote, Swamiji is telling, Shakyamuni, Gautama Buddha came to preach nothing new. He also, like Jesus, came to fulfill and not to destroy. Jesus said, I have cometh not to destroy but to fulfill. So this Buddha also have not come to destroy but to fulfill. Shakyamuni came to preach nothing new. He also, like Jesus, came to fulfill and not to destroy. Again, I repeat, Gautama Buddha came not to destroy, but he was the fulfillment, the logical conclusion, the logical development of the religion of the Hindus. Thousands of years, if some process goes on, there comes something wrong. In the name of religion, many things enter. Actually, those are secondary things. This ritual is this, that. In the Karmakanda Vedas, main book is the Vedas. And there were people, oh, here it is suffering, there are higher sphere, Swarga Loka, that Loko, this Loko, Indra Loko, Varun Loko, we will go there and we will enjoy. What is there? There is no suffering there. Here everything is suffering. So do this homa, this sacrifice, this yagga, this, you chant these mantras, then what will be the result? You will go, after you die, you will go and enjoy your life in Swarga Loka. What is Swarga? All enjoyment. There are different kinds of description, ideas, imaginations about the Swargas. So this is those who are trying to go to Swarga and enjoy, but they do not know that Martalokang Shine Punne, Martalokang Vishanti. But when you are this merit in this life by doing tapasya, austerities, speaking the truth, offering these oblations to the fire god, and taking many vows and observing good life, maintaining all these things, you are only striving to attain Swarga, heaven. But after this merit is gone, your bank account finished, then what will happen? Again, Punah, again you have to come back to the world, earth, for doing your, again, tapasya, austerities. This is the law. You cannot eternally remain there for some time. Indra, Varuna, they are also for some time. For some millions of years they will be there. King, Yama, they will also change after the kalpa. So this cycle is going on. So what is the use? Rather you become free, that is Vedanta. Veda's first part is Karmakanda, these activities, puja, rituals, worshipping home with some desire to have the fruit. Another thing is Nisrash, completely no desire. What desire? I am that. I do not have any desire. I am beyond desire. Always thinking of that. I am one with that ultimate reality. I am not this body. Behind this body, what is the reality? That does not change. That is reality. Asato ma sadgamaya, the Swami was chanting in the beginning. Take us from unreal to the real. Asat. Asat means it does not, its general meaning. There are many in Sanskrit. A word may mean many things. 20 meanings may be there. Asat means, oh, you are dishonest. Honest is Sat. Dishonest is Asat. That is one meaning. And Vedantic meaning is Om Asato Ma Sadgamayo, lead me from unreal to the real. That what does not change, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, birthless, deathless, changeless, ever present. Actually, if we know ourselves, we don't need to do anything. We are already free. That is why Swamiji said, oh, thou art that, feel that. What is the freedom? What spiritual practice you need? Then somebody in the audience said, Swami, it is blasphemy. We cannot say we are God. We cannot become Brahman. We cannot become God. It is blasphemy. Swamiji, you are hypnotizing us. Then Swamiji said, ma'am, please take your seat. You are already hypnotized that you are this body, you are sinner. I am trying my level best to de-hypnotize you. If I think, Sri Ramakrishna tells, Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Buddha is telling, there's always do, I will come, this eightfold path. Always do something good to others, not for yourself. Have right understanding, have right thinking, have everything right. Right means nothing is wrong, which is according to the code there, condition there, social order. That is sammok, that is right. You have to follow these things. This right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, and right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, contemplation. That is samadhi. At the end, this eight, if you begin your life in that way, moral, ethical, doing everything, non-stealing, this refrain from taking life, non-killing, non-violence, refrain from taking and which is not given to you, non-stealing, non-violence, then refrain from misuse of the senses, don't do, restrain your senses, you cannot do anything and everything. So, purify your mind by controlling your senses, lust, greed, anger, ill feeling, all these things, hatred, jealousy. Free your mind from all these things and then your heart will be pure. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Jesus is telling you, when our heart is pure, we shall. Then only we are competent, then we are qualified, we are ready to understand that supersonic thing we will not hear. That sound. And if I close my eyes and somebody puts some, even a piece of cotton, it is so light that although it is on my palm, if I close my eyes, I will not have the feeling that there is the. If you ask, yes, where is the cotton? It is on your palm or not? I will say, no, I have not understood. Its touch, its weight is so little, it is not beyond my understanding. So our condition also that. If the heart is not purified, cleansed properly, then the light of the truth, knowledge will be dawned. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Mane Baddha, Mane Mukta. If your mind is pure, impure, you are bound. If your mind is pure, you are free. Holy Mother is telling my child, if you do good work, japa meditation, after death, yes, Thakur will come and will take. But if you want to have this Jivan Mukta, the experience of the liberated remaining in body, what is that joy? Then you have to become Nirvasana. If you can become Nirvasana, now itself you are enlightened, you become Buddha. And Buddha is also telling the cause of all this suffering. Give up all philosophies here, there, God with form, without form, if with form, which form, how many times this and that, rituals, everything he gave up. I don't believe in any God, I don't believe anything, I cannot show it, you cannot also show me. You can go arguing, but where is your God? You are worshipping. Buddha said, which God you are offering and doing worship and doing everything, toiling day and night only to please that God? Can he be called our mother and father a good personality who always is ready to punish us? And if we do not do all these things, then you will be not only suffering in the in this earthly life, you have to suffer in the hell, always burning. I don't need such God. Swami Vivekananda also said, I don't believe in such a God, that God who cannot bring a piece of bread in the mouth of a starving poor boy and the God who cannot remove the tears of a widow's son. And what is the utility of such God? I don't need such God. Even if that God is there, you be happy with that. So Buddha was like that. And Swamiji said, wonderful language Swamiji said about Buddha. I will quote that. But before I say, this Buddha was telling his disciples and others that there is a path to come out of this suffering. Whether God is or not is, whether you need to do this homo, sacrifice, yajna, that puja, with all these items, 16 Shorashopachar, 64 items, 128 items, you give up all these ideas and philosophical discussions. God is of which nature? This, let the philosophers do it. Buddha said, if you are burning, will you, somebody has thrown something, some light on you, will you then ask, who is that man who has torched me, my body and or my house? Is he of that caste or this caste? Or you will start extinguishing the fire? What is needed? If your stomach is bad, you are burning, you will take medicine, or who brought the food, which caste he belongs to, all these things. There is no time for me for these futile discussions and all these things, unnecessary things. Rather, I can, and everyone, you understand, I can prove, and you yourself also. It is self-proved. You understand, there is suffering. These are called Four Noble Truths. There are sufferings, and there is a cause of suffering. Buddha is telling that for this you don't need any guru, any teacher, anything. You understand, we all, after being born, we are suffering. There is suffering, there is the cause of suffering. This is called Four Noble Truths. And there is the end of suffering, because we have seen some people, although little in number, very few, but there are people who do not suffer. So, there is suffering, there is cause of suffering, there is end of suffering, and there is a path also to remove that suffering, to go beyond that suffering. These are Four Noble Truths. Anybody has any question? Buddha is asking. Nobody. So nobody could say anything against Buddha's this new philosophy. But actually, he was preaching our Jnanakanda. Swamiji said, Karmakanda, he discarded. But what Buddha new things has preached? He has given the essence of the Vedanta Upanishad. Thou art that, have faith in yourself. Everything is unreal, ephemeral. Don't love anything, don't have any desire for anything in this world, because these are all temporary, transient. Anything transient, temporary, if you love and get attached to it, Sangat sanjayate kamo kamat krodha abhijayate krodhat bhavati sammo sammat sriti vidvan sriti vidvan buddhinasho buddhinasat pranashati. In the Gita, Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, remaining with something, somebody, we feel a kind of attraction. Be it a house, be it a person, be it a food, be it my car, I am comfortable with my car. So, Sangat Sanjayat, when we use something, we remain with something, be living, sensate or insensate, we feel a kind of, in the hostel we have, in India I have, when we used to see the hostel, if two boys they have quarreled and something, some punishment you have to give, or no, you are quarreling, you are the first committer of the mistake and beating him or doing something wrong, quarreling, you will do your bed change from this bed to that bed, so something, or this room to that room, small boys. Oh, I will not do again, please. Bed, because some months he is there staying, he will not. He feels uneasiness, discomfort to even change a bed. This is Sangat Sanjayata Kama. You feel attached and attracted to things, persons we are used to. So, in the Gita, Bhagavan is telling, from that gradually, if it is stopped, if you don't get, if you have desire and you don't get your desirable things, you become angry. When you are angry, your buddhi, this viveka, your discriminative faculty does not work, and when finally whose vivek is not there, it is as good as dying. It is like death. So what is the value of a human person who cannot take a decision, right decision, and with wise thought, with his pragmatic wisdom? Then it is like death. So Buddha is telling there is suffering, dukkha, there is the cause of suffering, there is the end of suffering, dukkha, and there is the path over there. Then what is the cause? This is, Buddha is telling, root cause is desire. Tanha in Pali, Trishna, desire. I have one mobile, I need another mobile. I have one mic, I need another mic. I have one item, I can finish my food with that. No, give me another item. New, I have 5 homes, I need another home. I am millionaire, I need to become multimillionaire. I am multimillionaire, I like to become billionaire. There is no end of our desires. Buddha is telling that is the root cause of all suffering. When that desire is not there, then mind will be purified, pure. And when the mind is pure, God will be in vision. And God will come to God's vision will be there in that. Sri Ramakrishna also said, if you can purify your mind, Shuddha Man is Shuddha Buddhi equal to Shuddha Buddhi is to Shuddha Atma, and Shuddha Atma means that ultimate reality. If your mind is pure, then you are one with, you will feel, attain to that level of feeling that I am one with that ultimate reality, this oneness. Completely Advaita Vedanta. And coming down there, you find everything is that. That is Vijnana. Jnana, knowledge, and then Vijnana. Vijnana means a person who, Sri Ramakrishna says, this is milk you have seen. You know, this is knowledge. But when you drink the milk and get its benefit, its nutrition, strength from that milk, then you are Vijnani. You know milk, knowing milk. One, I have not seen milk, so I am ignorant. I have seen it is milk, this is knowledge, I am a man of knowledge. But when I drink the milk and get stronger, and digest it, and have the benefit of it, then it is Vijnana. So, this Buddha is telling there is a path, and everything is, the root cause is the desire. So, he has given 8-fold path. This I have just read it out, this 8 paths, right aims. He has given this 8-fold path leading to its cessation, this suffering, fathomed into these 4 noble truths. He will walk in the right path, Buddha is directing. These are Buddha's words, I am quoting. A person seeking the knowledge to become enlightened Buddha has to walk in the right path. Right views will be the torch to light his way. Right aims will be his guide. Right words will be his dwelling place on the road. His gait will be straight, for it is right behavior. His refreshments will be the right way of earning his livelihood. Right efforts will be his steps. Right thoughts his breath, and peace will follow in his footprints. Happy is he who has overcome all selfishness. Happy is he who has attained peace. And happy is he who has found the truth. So in this way, Buddha is giving all these things. That which is most needed is a loving heart, this pure heart. And pure heart will come. Swami Vivekananda said, where do you seek it, my friend, God? Where are you seeking God? Why don't you see God in the poor, in the needy, in the suffering, in the ailing people all around there? Don't you see God there? Only God is there in the temple, in the murti, in the statue, in the stone and in the wood, in some image, not present everywhere. Oh, my dear friend, serve God in everyone. That is why he has given the mantra, Shivoggani Jivusha. Buddha Dev also, through Karma Yoga only, he reached at the same point. Swami Vivekananda, I am quoting Vivekananda is telling, Buddha has reached that point by doing niskam karma, doing for everything for others, never ever thinking of himself. Buddha reached that point which others have reached through love, through bhakti. Buddha may or may not have believed in God. That doesn't matter to me. I am quoting Vivekananda. He reached the same state of perfection to which others come by bhakti, devotion to God, love of God, yoga, meditation, or jnana, this path of discrimination, knowledge. So, Buddha, according to Swamiji, all my life I have been very fond of Buddha. I have more veneration for that character than any other. That boldness, that fearlessness, and that tremendous love. He was born for the good for men. Others may seek God, others may seek truth for themselves. He did not, Buddha did not even care to know truth for himself. He sought truth because people were in misery, how to help them. And that was his only concern. Throughout his life, he never had a thought for himself. So, Swami Vivekananda, with these wonderful words, he paid his homage to Bhagavan Buddha. Once, after a lecture on Buddha, the devotees came, Swami, are you a Buddhist? Swamiji said, no, I am not a Buddhist, I am a florist. Then he said, Swamiji, what is your religion? The truth is my religion and universe my country. And somebody compared, Swamiji, you are like Buddha. Swamiji said, Buddha, you are comparing. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of Buddha. 4 times. See the humility of Swami Vivekananda. When you see the oneness, you do not like to recognize yourself or demand yourself that I am something else other than you. Swamiji is seeing, I worship that God whom you call man by mistake. Swami Vivekananda. So Swami Vivekananda is paying his homage, and I stop here. It was the great Buddha who never cared for the dualist gods and who has been called an atheist and materialist, who yet was ready to give up his body for a poor goat. King Bimbisar was doing a great sacrifice for his having a son. Buddha came. Why you are 100,000 goats you are killing, slaughtering, my dear king? I am Buddha, I am an enlightened one. Sacrificing a goat is lower than sacrificing a human being. I am a human being. And among human beings, I am Buddha. I am enlightened one. I have my special value. If you sacrifice my shiver, my head, you will get better heaven, higher heaven, better things. Don't cut the throat of the goat. Please take my head. He offered his head. So Swamiji is telling that Buddha, he was ready to give up his body for a poor goat to save the life of a goat. That man set in motion the highest moral ideas and nation can have. Wherever there is a moral code, it is a ray of light from that man, means Buddha. Shakyamuni came not to destroy, but he was the fulfillment. Logical, I have already quoted. The Lord Buddha is my Ishto, my God. He preached no theory about Godhead. He was himself God. I fully believe it. Swami Vivekananda telling, see the heart of Buddha. There was a lecture, some topics also. This Buddha Hridaya, Swami Vivekananda, Buddha comparison between the suffering, Buddha's life and Swami Vivekananda's life. Very beautiful songs are there. On that also, Tyage Shukdev Premite Narad Buddher Mata Hridaya Jar Gyane Shiva Guru Shankara Sama Se Keno Lutai Pade Tomar Thakur. Oh Master, whom have you brought with you? Who is this man? And he can be compared with Narada so far the love of God is concerned. Jnana, knowledge with Shankaracharya. Then heart of Buddha. Chaitanya, love of Chaitanya. All this combined, all the avatars, all the incarnates, prior incarnates, former incarnates, are they all present in this? Whom have you brought? This, Swami Vivekananda. So, this Buddha's Hridaya, Swami Vivekananda also, his heart bleeded for the whole of humanity. And Swami Vivekananda says that he is my Ishto, he is my God. See the language, who can use for others? Anyone belonging to other sect can. This is Vivekananda. See the heart of Buddha, see the heart of Vivekananda on this very special day when we are just offering our homage and remembering Buddha and Vivekananda. May we all pray that through their grace we will be led from the unreal to the real, we will be led from the ignorance to the knowledge, and we will be led from death to immortality, following the path and directions, advices of Swamiji and Buddha, which was nothing very great, only to control our desire. Root cause of everything. If we can control our mind, our desire, all that is good will come. If we keep our mind in bad things, mind will be bad. Swamiji said, if you do good karmas, and Buddhadev said, do good karmas, earn honestly, think honestly, pure, everything. Right means right, according to the code of the society. Conduct everything. You instead of using bad words, use sweet words. Instead of earning bad through bad or dishonest means, earn through honest means. Spending instead of wine and other things. Jesus Christ also said, Buddha also said, don't avoid this addiction, drug addiction, e-addiction, what you call other wine, all these things. So the teachings of all great prophets are like that. Let us follow. By following the footsteps of them and following their advices, let us all become enlightened and go beyond this suffering of birth and death in this life itself, through their grace and our self-effort. With this prayer, I conclude. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Anybody have any questions you'd like to ask or comments at this point?
I need to come back very soon. I don't know how we are surviving without you, but you need to come for a little longer time. Maybe you can have a whole day, because this is too little for us, especially as we get older. The time goes so fast.
Next time the Swami has invited me to come one day earlier. I will come on Friday, and I will be staying Friday night here.
We will do Aarti at that time.
Yes, with
And
mother
you
wishes.
ask the Swami to contact us and let us come, because it's very difficult to know whether we can come or not.
The program we all know. We all know our programs. Our
Not when it's special.
monthly bulletin is there. When we will come,
Yeah,
our
but if
Swamis
it's a
come.
Friday, you'll have to let us know.
Yeah, that Swami will let
Thank
you.
you, Swamiji.
Any question? Or we can go next. I shall be happy to have some questions. 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Or maybe they're going to think about their questions
Okay.
and they'll meet you in the backyard.
Oh, backyard, okay.
Martin, if you want to
Thank you.
answer, I'll give you one question, but if you can make a short answer. The question is this. The idea is that you've been talking about Buddha's life, his heart. You mentioned that he did everything, even his impulse to get out of the cycle of birth and rebirth, age, disease, and old age, and disease, old age, and death,
Always,
was for others. Normally we think it's for ourselves, for our own mukti, but the way you spoke about it,
I quoted Swamiji.
right, but the impulse was actually, I see the suffering of others and I want to help others. So this has been the impulse in every action he's done, right? Service of others. Now the thing is also, you're saying that in Buddhism, the main impulse of what creates us coming back again is desire. So we see in Buddha, his desire, his Krishna, is for
To doing good to others.
the good for others. How will doing good? We have people here. I know people here who they care. They come. They serve in the temple. They don't think about themselves. They serve for others. So the question is, how does this desire of serving for others dissolve into no desire, which is ultimately you're saying.
I understand. Yeah, just Sri Ramakrishna himself clarified this. It is there in the gospel also. Hinche shak shaker moddhe na. There is a kind of spinach. It is hinche. It is difficult for me to translate it into English. I do not know what actually. In this country, there is everything is spinach. In India, particularly in Bengal, we find at least 20 types of E is there. This is that pata. Pata means leaves. So it has one name. That is that. That is that spinach. That is that spinach. That spinach. Everything is spinach means this. But separate name is there. But hinche, one shak is there. If you take that, that will cure your other spinaches may upset your stomach. But Sri Ramakrishna said, if you take that, your stomach will be cured. Problem. This is one. Another thing he said that Holy Mother also said. Another thing Master said, Mishri, Mishtir Moddhe noy. This if you take your sugar level will be high if you take ordinary sugar. But if you take the E of water of sugar candy, then it will help your many good effects are there. It will not have any bad effect. In those days, it was understood in that way. So Thakur was telling. So that is not to be called as sweet. Ordinary sweet meat, if you take this rasgulla, chamcham, other desserts, so many things are there, that may create problem. But if you take the sugar candy water, then it will not be bad for you. And now in spiritual life, Master himself said, Bhakti cha, Master himself asked, Ma, you take everything. Only he could not give Sattva. Sattva means this truth. Truth is the substratum. God is truth, truth is God. If you give up truth, then where you stand? What you are searching for? We are all searching for truth. So Master said, you see, my mind, everything I could give, but never ever it uttered through my lips, my mouth, that I give my Ma, you take my dharma, adharma, you take my good, bad, you take my knowledge, ignorance, you take my everything. But never ever, I gave Mother everything. Truth I could not give. Then I was thinking, what is that? Then I understood, I means Master. Master understood that if I give, Mother did not allow him to say that word. Because if I give my substratum, if I say I give my ground, then where I stand? Truth is the substratum of the whole creation. That is why Swamiji said, what is your religion? Not Hinduism, not Vedanta, not this. These are all changing. This Vedanta, that Vedanta, Vedanta also, so many Vedantas, Advaita Vedanta, this Vedanta, Shuddha Advaita, ordinary Advaita, pure Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, Dvaita, there are also so many other philosophy and philosophy. Everyone guru coming, a little fertile brain can give a nice lecture, have some scholarship on Sanskrit, describing in a Jabas, living pure life, and giving another month. Buddha has not preached anything new. Swamiji is telling, he has preached our Vedantic ideas, only said that what you are calling Atma, Brahman, I will leave all those things. Everything is changing. You will remain happy. Sri Ramakrishna said, you are thirsty. Lake is there, water is there. Take a little water, you are just gasping for life. You take water and your life will be saved. Why you are asking, how much, how big is the, how deep is the lake? Who is the owner? How much gallon or cubic water is here? What is your problem? You want to have a philosophical discussion and measurement of all these things, or you want to save your life? Buddha also said the same thing. If you are facing some suffering, just see what is the root and get it out, and all other things, shanti, shanti, shanti. So, request to God, bhakti, devotion, that is cannot be considered as desire. It is so pure that it is not a separate thing. It is means to achieve that. Swami Vivekananda quote, and I finish. Swamiji said to his disciples and brother disciples, you want your own mukti, you won't get it. That is also selfishness. If you want to smile, bring smile to others' faces. If you want to be happy, make others happy. If you yourself want to become enlightened, help others to be enlightened. Through that, you will be yourself enlightened. So, praying for devotion, praying for doing others' desire, that desire is not according to the scripture termed as desire. There are two types of cholesterol, like very little, a little heart problem is there. the HDL and LDL, no? So those who know better. I know one cholesterol is good. Oh, Maharaj, your report is good. Cholesterol is high. And it is high. Why it is good? No, it is high level is good for you. And that another one is bad cholesterol. That so all other desires other than desire for God realization also a desire. That desire will not be counted as desire. That will be rather an important factor, necessary factor for achieving our goal. Thank you all.
Thank you.